Nice that you are joining my practice again. I don't think you really need much for this practice. Maybe you like to use your blocks, maybe a blanket for Shavasana. And then just see if you can start into an easy seated position, taking a moment with your eyes closed. Just feel that your sitting bones are rooted down into the floor or into your block. Lengthen your spine. Relax your shoulders and your face. And see if you can start to bring the awareness to your inner body. Just taking some time to connect with your breath. Just slowly empty your mind. Whatever kept you busy during your day so far, see if you can just let it go for now. Take an hour just for your practice. Maybe you like to set an intention. And see if you can slowly start to deepen your breath. If you like to, you can always place one hand on your chest, one onto your belly, just to feel your in and exhalations. Just filling up your lungs, your lower belly. And on your exhale, you empty everything again. Just feel the length and the space on every inhale. Again, let your ribs extend in all directions. On your exhale, just soften, let go. Maybe you make a nice soft sound at the back of your throat, slightly contracting it. Activating your Ujjayi breath. And see if you're able to listen to your own in and exhalations. Just find a nice rhythm with your breathing. Just for a few more deep in and exhalations here. Maybe you like to cross your legs the other way around. Bringing the other leg forward or on top. Hands onto your knees or onto your thighs, and just start with making some circles all the way from your hips. Feel that you can move all your vertebrae, your shoulder blades over the back of your ribs. Include your neck. Just start to open everything up. Maybe you can find some fluidity into your movement. Keep breathing nice and deep. If you like to, you reverse the circle. Just move in the opposite direction. And then you gently start to come back to the center. And when you're all the way back into the middle, bring your hands next to you. Just slowly take a deep inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, bring your hands down through the center line. Rise up through the crown of your head. Two more, deep inhalation, rise up. Use your whole exhale to bring your hands back down. Last time, deep inhale, rising. And exhale, slowly lower your hands down. Bring your hands in front of you. Maybe you can slide your hands all the way forward, roll over your knees. And then come onto your hands and knees. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. And then just lift your heart forward and up. Open your chest, sitting bones up, shoulder blades down. And round your spine completely. 2 more, deep inhale. Rise up through your heart, sitting bones up. And exhale, slowly round your spine. Last time, deep inhale, lifting up through your chest. And exhale, round. And then from here, you come back to the center. Bring your right leg all the way to the back. And slowly bring your left arm forward. Take a deep inhalation here, find the length. And exhale, slowly coil in. Deep inhale, lift your leg to the back, your arm to the front, and exhale, round your spine. Last time, lengthen. And slowly round. And then bring your left hand down, bring your right leg to the back. Maybe you want to turn your left toes a little bit to the side. Turn on top of your left knee. Stack your right arm up to the ceiling. Maybe you lengthen that right arm all the way over your head. Reach through your foot, through your fingers. And then see if you can bring your elbow to your knee to your elbow. And stretch back out. 3 more, pull it in, squeeze. And stretch out. 2 more, pull. And lengthen. Last time, squeeze in. And stretch out. Circle your hand, your knee back down to the floor. Maybe you round your spine for a moment, your shoulders. And come back to the middle. And then you bring your left leg all the way to the back. Stretch out through the ball of your foot. Keep your navel pulled in. Right arm forward, deep inhale. And exhale, coiling in. Deep inhale, stretch back out. And slowly round. One more time, deep inhale, lengthening. And exhale, coiling in. Then you bring your hand down, left leg to the back. Right toes a little bit to the outside. And stack everything on top of each other. Nice. If you like to, you bring your left arm all the way over your head here. Stretch out that whole left side of your body. Deep inhalation and exhale, hug it in. Slowly stretch out. And pull it in. Stretch back out. And coil in. Last time, lengthen out. And pull in. Lengthen and slowly circle everything back down to the floor. Squeeze your navel in, round your shoulders, your back. And then tuck your toes under. Sitting bones to your heels. Rise all the way up into your first downward facing dog. If you like to, you can take a moment here, walking your dog. Moving your hips, your heels from side to side. Always use your first down dog just to warm up a little. Starting to be aware of any tension, any tight muscles, anything. And come to stillness. One more in and exhale here. Make sure your fingers are spread out into the earth. And then from here you really slowly walk forward. Really small steps. Gently coming with your feet in between your hands. And then see if you can wrap your hands around your ankles or your heels. Really pull them in and stretch the crown of your head in the direction of your feet. Sitting bones up to the ceiling, fold your whole rib cage over your thighs. It's fine if your knees are nice and bent. Just glue your ribs into your legs. Take a few deep in and exhalations here. And then slowly release your arms, bend your knees, roll up vertebra by vertebra. Coming all the way up into a this standing position. And bring your feet together, big toes touch. Hands come in front of your heart center. And take a deep inhale, lengthen all the way up. And exhale, slowly fall forward from your hips, hands next to your feet. Half lift on your inhalation, flat spine. Exhale, step your feet back into high plank. See if you can shift your weight a little bit forward. Feel the muscles around your core. Place your feet maybe a little bit wider if you like to. And then just bring your heels from side to side. Make sure you're not going to hang into your shoulders or into your hips. Maybe one more time to each side. And then you come all the way to the center. Slowly bring your knees down, chin and chest to the floor, shoulders to the back. Lift your heart up. Easy baby cobra. Just open up your chest, keep your elbows close to your ribs. And come back. Tuck your toes under, sitting bones to your heels. And slowly rise up, down dog. Just for a few in and exhalations. Connect back with your breathing. One more in and exhale here. And then look in between your hands, soften your knees. Step or float to the front of your mat. Half lift on your inhale. And exhale, bow down. Deep inhale, rise up. Then exhale, hands back in Samastiti. Deep inhale, rise back up. Lengthen through your side body, through the center of your body. And bow forward from your hips. Half lift on your inhalation. And slowly step your feet back into high plank. Bring your weight a little bit forward. Then bend your elbows just a little. Hold it. Maybe a little bit more. Hold it. Maybe just a little bit more. Don't go too deep. And then roll over your toes. Slowly come back in down dog. Few in and exhalations here. See if you can keep hugging your ribs together. Navel in. Squeeze your inner thighs towards each other. Find the center of your body. And nice long line all the way through the center. One more in and exhale here. And then look in between your hands. Slowly step or float back to the front of your mat. Half lift on your inhalation. And exhale, bow down. Slowly rise all the way back up. And hands back in front of your heart. Last time. Deep inhale, rising. And bow down over your thighs. Hands aligned with your feet. Half lift on your inhalation. And slowly step or maybe hop into low plank. If you like to, you can always press back up into high plank. Back into low plank. Cobra or up dog from here. And make your way back into downward facing dog. And then you can slowly start to bring your right leg up to the ceiling. Hold it here for a moment. Don't lift it up too high and lose your core. Keep your right knee facing down. Try to drag your inner thighs towards each other. Maybe you spread the toes of your right foot. One more deep inhalation here. And then drag that right knee all the way to your nose, coiling in. And extend your leg back up. Knee back to your nose, high onto your left toes. And rise back up. Last time, knee to your chest. Look in between your hands. Hold it nice and high and step your foot forward. Now from here, you can bring your arms all the way up. See if you can sink a little bit into your hips. Maybe you pause a few times. Feel the stretch into that left leg. Keep your heel pressing to the back. Take a deep inhalation here. And then bring your left knee just above the mat. Slowly stretch only your left leg out. And left knee just above the floor. Two more. Lengthen out. And just above the mat. Last time, stretch it out. And knee just above the floor. Now lengthen your left leg again. Bring your hands down next to your right foot. Maybe you want to bring them on top of your blocks. And then take a deep inhale here. Lengthen your spine. And exhale, drag your hips up. High onto your left toes. Maybe you pull your right toes off the floor. Three more. Heart forward and up. Left heel to the back. And slowly bow over that right leg. Lift your heart up, heel back, strong left leg, and slowly bow down. Last time, heart forward and up. And exhale, lower over that right leg. And then bend your right knee again, left hand on the floor. Squeeze your inner thighs together again. Right arm rises up. Try to keep hugging the center line. Right thigh hugs to the left side of your rib cage. Keep your shoulders nice and wide. One more inhale here. And bring your right hand down. Step your right foot next to your left. And slowly go through your own vinyasa from here. Making your way back into downward dog. And then you take a moment to come back to your breath. Just for one more in and exhalation. And then you bring your left leg up. Make sure you keep it extending away from you. Keep squeezing the center line. You want to have the idea that your hands are almost going to get off the floor. That's how much you shift your weight to the back. It's fine if that right knee is bent a little bit. Your heel is off the floor. One more deep inhale here. And then knee to your nose, high onto your right toes. Deep inhale, rise up, extend it out. And slowly pull back in, round. One more time, rise up. And slowly squeeze in. Look in between your hands, hips high. And softly step your foot forward. Right heel presses back. Rise up into your lunge. Take a moment to open up that right hip flexors a little bit. Sink into your hips, but keep your hips aligned. And then you can bring your right knee just above the mat. And stretch it out. Right knee just above the floor. And lengthen. Two more, knee just above the floor. And slowly push your heel to the back. Last time, knee just above the mat. And slowly stretch it out. Now bring your hands down to the floor. Maybe onto your blocks, press that right heel to the back. Deep inhale, heart forward. Just lengthen your spine. And exhale, pull your hips up high into the right toes. Bow down. Slowly press your right heel back, heart up. And bow over your left leg. Heart lifts, heel back. Keep your right kneecap pulling up. And slowly bow down. Last time, lifting up. And exhale, lower over that left thigh. And then you bend your left leg again. Still, right leg is nice and long. Right hand close to your left foot. And then extend your left arm all the way up. Hug to the center. Spread your shoulder blades. Feel your in and exhalations. One more inhale here. And then slowly bring your hand down, step back into plank, and gently make your way through your vinyasa from here. Do it with awareness. Don't rush. When you're all the way back into your downward dog, take a few deep in and exhalations. Maybe you like to breathe out through your mouth. Then look in between your hands, soften your knees and step or float back to the front of your mat. And then from here you can bring your feet hip width apart. Bend your right leg, left leg stays long. Bring your right hand underneath your chest bone onto your fingertips. And then from here you can extend your left arm all the way up. If you like to, you bring your left arm all the way behind your back, catching your right thigh. And then open that left shoulder a little bit more. Make sure you stay onto the fingertips of that right hand so your upper body stays in front of your hips. Pull your navel in, try not to hang into your palms. And then bring your left arm up. Slowly bring your left hand down, fingertips onto the floor, hand under your chest, lengthen your right leg, bend your left knee. And then open your right arm up to the ceiling. Feel that you stretch your right arm all the way out. Keep your sitting bones next to each other. Maybe you bring your hand back behind your back and you catch your thigh. Slowly taking one more in an exhale here. And then bring that right hand all the way down to the floor. If you like to widen your step, take a moment just hanging forward. Maybe you wiggle a little bit from side to side. And slowly release your arms, gently roll up. And when you're all the way back up, bring your feet back together. And then come all the way back into Utkatasana. Navel pulls in. Try to shift your weight to the back. Squeeze your thighs, your knees together. Even your sitting bones pull in. Everything squeezes to the center. Lengthen through your arms. Maybe you lift all the toes off the floor. Staying here for one more deep inhale. And exhale, slowly bow down. Half lift on your inhale. And exhale, step or hop all the way back. Gently going through your vinyasa or just all the way back up in down dog. When you're back into your downward facing dog, slowly bring your right leg up. Deep inhalation here. On your exhale, bring your right knee to your right upper arm or shoulder. And slowly rise back up. Right knee back to your right arm. Maybe you like to bend your elbows and press back up. Lengthen your leg up to the ceiling. Knee back to your chest now and step your foot all the way forward. Left heel roots down, rise up into second warrior. Nice big step. Try to sink down into your hips. And then from here, lengthen your right arm all the way forward. Rise up and over into reverse warrior. Feel the stretch all the way from that right hip, all the way to your right fingertips. Don't let your left hip pop forward or your belly pop out. One more inhale here. And then come back to the center. If you want to, you can make your step a little bit smaller. Both legs are straight. Extend your right arm all the way forward as far as you can. And then bring your right hand in front of your ankle or your shin. Maybe you like to bring it behind your leg. Just make sure everything stays aligned to the side. Try not to hang into your hips. Not to hang into that arm. Try to keep extending out through the crown of your head, sitting bones in the direction of your left foot. One more in an exhale here. And then circle that left arm all the way down. Bend your right leg and slowly move from side to side into Skandasana. Come to the long side of your mat. Just feel that you open up your inner thighs, your hips. You can do whatever variation you like. Maybe it's nice to keep your feet onto the floor this first time. Bringing your whole upper body parallel with the earth. Hips low, heart low. And then come all the way to the center. Extending your legs out. Turn your toes inwards a little. And then lift your heart halfway up. Deep inhale here. And on your exhale, walk your hands in between your feet or all the way through your legs. See if you can stay here this time. Not coming into a headstand, but pull yourself through your legs. Keep your elbows on top of your wrists. Pull your upper body in between your legs. Keep your weight a little bit forward. Not letting it hang to the back. One more deep in an exhalation here. And then slowly, slowly walk your hands back under your shoulders. Then all the way onto your hips and rise up. Now from here you turn your toes to the outside. Slowly bend your knees nice and deep. And then bring your hands on top of your knees, on top of your thighs. Press your knees to the outside. Taking a deep inhale, lift your heart. And exhale, right shoulder forward, left shoulder back. Look over that left shoulder. And rise back up. Twist all the way to the other side. Upper body in front of your hips. And come back. One more time each side. Right shoulder forward, left back. And slowly lift up. Stay deep into your hips. Twisting to the other side one more time. And rise all the way up. And then from here, you lengthen your right foot back to the front, arms back to the side. And then slowly coming to reverse warrior. Circle your hands down to the floor. Maybe you come onto one leg into your plank. Maybe you like to do a one-legged vinyasa. And come back into down dog. Take a few deep in and exhalations here. Just notice how you're doing. One more in and exhale. And then slowly bring your left leg up. Deep inhalation. And then bring your left knee to your left upper arm or shoulder. And slowly rise up. Left knee back to your left arm. Maybe you bend your elbows. And press all the way back up. Now knee to your chest. And softly step your foot forward. Right heel down. Come back into warrior two. Take a moment to deepen your hips. Sink into the legs. Maybe you feel like you're getting warm like I do. And then slowly bring your left arm forward. All the way up and over into reverse warrior. See if you can keep your mind empty. Navel in, ribs hug in. Maybe your tailbone down, a little bit pressure right foot into the floor. And come back to the center. Extending your left leg out. If you like to walk your right foot in a little, don't stick your sitting bones to the back. Everything is just moving to the side. Lengthen through the left arm. And then bring your left hand in front or behind your left leg into triangle pose. Really twisting your shoulders on top of each other. Make a long line, sitting bones in the direction of your right foot. Try to keep hugging your inner thighs together though. Maybe you like to lift all your toes off the floor. Active legs. One more inhale here. And then slowly look down. Gently rise all the way back up from here. Now turn your left toes to the long side of your mat. Toes a little bit inwards. And then from here you come halfway forward. See if you can walk your hands to your feet. Maybe you can catch your big toes with your middle finger, your index finger and your thumb. And then take a deep inhale here. On your exhale, bow forward, crown of your head in the direction of the floor. Elbows to the sides. Drag your shoulder blades away from each other. Keep lengthening the crown of your head down. You can always make your step a little bit smaller if you're too close to the floor, or a little bit bigger. See if you can keep the connection with your own body, doing your own practice. And just stay where you are for one more deep in and exhalation. And then slowly lift your heart back up. Now from here, you turn your toes to the outside of your mat. Bend your knees. Maybe you make your step a little bit smaller. See if you can catch your ankles this time. Press your elbows into your knees. Hips are in one line with your knees. And then take a deep inhale, lift your heart up. Press your knees to the outside. And exhale, round your spine, coiling in. Nothing happens with your legs. Deep inhale, lift your heart forward and up. And exhale, coiling in, round completely. Keep pressing your elbows into your legs. Two more, deep inhale, lift your heart. And exhale, round. Last time, heart forward and up. And exhale, rounding down. And then you lift your heart back up. Slowly rise all the way back up. Turn your right foot in a little, your left foot out. Back into second warrior. Lengthen left arm forward. Up and over into reverse warrior. And then circle your hands down. Maybe a one-legged vinyasa. Slowly making your way back in down dog. And then come back to your breath again. Don't think about anything. Just feel, experience all the sensations. Feel the flow of your own energy through your body. Staying here for one more deep in and exhale. And then gently bring your feet together. Lift your right leg up. Right hip opens on top of your left. Bend your right knee. Pull your heel to your sitting bone. Try to keep your shoulders squared. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, pull your knee all the way to your chest. Step your right foot forward. And then turn your left heel down into the floor. Rise all the way up into warrior one. Nice. Zip your navel in. Try to pull your right hip back a little bit. Next to your left, press the outside of your left foot deep into the floor. Lengthen through your sides, through your fingertips. Just for one more deep inhale. And then circle your arms all the way behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Stretch your arms out. And slowly bow down. You can bring your right knee a little bit to the side. Shoulder at the inside of your right leg. Keep pressing your right hip back. Keep it next to your left. Maybe you loop to your own hips. See if they are nice and aligned up here. Arms reach over your head. Maybe your right ear comes all the way in the direction of your right ankle. Take one more in an exhalation here. And rise all the way back up. Gently bring your hands down at the inside of your right foot. Left heel comes off the floor. Bring your left knee down. And slowly rise all the way up onto your left leg. Walk your left foot in between your hands. And extend your right leg out. Hands under your shoulders, maybe onto your blocks. Pull your toes towards you, especially the outside of your foot. Deep inhale. And exhale, lower down. Deep inhale, lift up. And exhale, bow forward. One more time, deep inhale, rise. And exhale, lower. And just stay where you are for a moment. Keep dragging the right hip back. Really feel the length all the way into your upper body and into the back of your leg. Don't hurt the inside of your knee. Taking one more deep in an exhalation here. And then lift your heart all the way back up. Now come back onto your right foot. Maybe you walk that right foot a little bit to the outside, left knee to the back. If you want to, you pull your left knee off the floor. And then slowly see if you can bring your right elbow down, left elbow down. Maybe you shift your weight a little bit forward and backwards. Try to keep your heart rising forward and up. If you like to, you can bring your left hand to your right ankle. Extend your right arm all the way up. Just giving yourself a nice twist into your lizard pose. Keep pressing your heel to the back when you have your knee off the floor. And then bring your elbow back down. And then slowly bring your hands back under your shoulders. Squeeze your inner thighs together a little bit. Maybe you lift your hips up slightly so you can really smuggle that right arm, your right shoulder underneath your right leg. Hips back down. Right arm to the side. Left arm maybe too. If you want to, you come into a bind. Keep your heart lifted. Don't look down. One more deep in an exhale. And then bring your hands down onto the floor. Swing your right leg all the way up. Maybe you shake it out for a moment. And slowly bring it down onto the floor. And then we go for the other side. Deep inhale, left leg up. First open your left hip on top of your right. Try not to hang into that right arm. Keep dragging your shoulder blades down. Pull your left heel to your sitting bone, knee up to the ceiling. One more in an exhalation. And then rise back up. Gently pull your knee to your chest. And step forward. Right heel roots down. Make sure your feet are not crossing each other too much, because then you cannot square your hips. Come into warrior one. Sink down into your hips, but keep pressing the outside of your right foot down. Pull that right thigh up into your hip socket. Left hip to the back. Lengthen your upper body. One more deep inhale here. And then open up your arms. Interlace your fingers behind you. Stretch your arms all the way out, hard up. And then try to really bow down to the inside of your left leg. You open your left knee a little bit to the side. Make space for that left shoulder. Make sure that your hips are not popping to the left side. Keep everything aligned. Keep bending your left knee deep, stretching your arms over your head. So many things to think about into your pose. One more in an exhalation. And then gently rise back up. You can bring your hands down to the floor. Bring your right knee down. And then shift your weight onto your right leg. Left foot comes in between your hands, hands under your shoulders. Lengthen your left leg out. Pull your toes towards you. You can always use your blocks. Deep inhale and exhale. Bend forward over that thigh. Deep inhale, lift your heart back up. Keep pulling that left hip back. And slowly bow down. Maybe one more time, lifting. And gently lower. And just stay here. You don't need to go too deep. You don't want to round and bring your forehead to your knee, but you want to keep lengthening, letting your belly bow over that thigh. Just for one more in and exhale. And then lift your heart all the way back up. And then you can bring your left foot down, walk it out a little bit to the outside. Maybe the right knee needs to go a little bit to the back, or you extend your right leg all the way out. Keep your navel hugging in, inner thighs hugging together. And then bring your elbows down if you can. Maybe you need to use your blocks here as well. If the floor is just a little bit too far away, bring your elbows onto your blocks. You pulse a little bit forward and backwards, side to side, or you catch your left ankle with your right hand. Give yourself a nice twist. Make sure you're not collapsing. Keep hugging in to the center line. For one more deep inhale. Elbow back down onto the floor. And then bring your hands back under your shoulders. Knee back off the floor if you brought it to the mat. And then you can lift your hips up a little bit. Smuggle that left shoulder underneath your left leg. And then let your hips melt down again. Left arm to the side. Press it into your left thigh. Keep pulling your navel in. Maybe your right arm comes to the back. If you want to, you bind your hands behind you. Keep opening up your chest. Don't drop your head down. One more deep in an exhalation. And then slowly bring your hands back down to the floor. Gently bring that left leg all the way up. Shake it out for a moment. And then you bring your foot down to the floor. Slowly look in between your hands. See if you can bring your thumbs together. Bend your knees and hop your feet around your hands. Coming all the way into Malasana. Just take a moment here, let your sitting bones melt down, but you keep hugging through the center line. Press your knees to the outside. If you want to, you close your eyes for a moment. And then you take one more deep in an exhalation here. And then really slowly release your hips all the way down to the floor. And then you can bring your knees to your chest. Maybe you hug your knees for a moment so you can lengthen your spine. Bring your your weight a little bit to the back. And then maybe your toes come off the floor. Slowly bringing your arms in one line with the earth. And lengthen your legs in one line with your arms. Maybe you lift them all the way up to the ceiling, into Navasana. Try to keep pulling your legs together. Maybe you point your toes. Try to not sink into your lower back. Keep lengthening and lifting. Just for one more deep in an exhalation. And then maybe you can catch your big toes with your middle finger, your index finger and your thumb. Slowly bringing your legs back up. Try to keep the length balancing onto your sitting bones. It's fine if if your knees are still bent, just feel that you keep squeezing your navel in. And if it's possible, you bring your legs all the way to the sides. Try to keep rising, lifting up through your chest. Keep your breath deep. Maybe you balance here for one more in an exhalation. If it works for you, you bring your hands in front of your heart. Keep lengthening through your feet. Nice. And then bring your legs all the way back together and slowly bring them down to the floor. And then from here, extend your arms up. Take a deep inhale. Maybe you stretch yourself all the way out. And then slowly bow forward over your thighs. Maybe you catch your ankles, your calves, or the outside of your feet. Maybe you can catch your own wrist with one hand. See if you can keep your neck long. Staying here for one more deep in an exhalation. And then slowly start to come all the way back up. Now bring your legs to the side. Doesn't matter how wide they are going. Maybe you bring your hands behind you or in front of you. You can see if you can hop your hips maybe a little bit forward, giving yourself a nice deep split, but make sure your sitting bones stay down, knees are facing up, toes face up to the ceiling. You can keep your hands where they are. See if you can shift your weight a little bit forward and backwards. Starting to find some mobility into your hips. From here, you can bring your hands in front of you. Maybe you can walk down a little. It doesn't matter if you don't go that far. Just feel that you open up your inner thighs. Maybe you can go all the way down, but try not to roll over. Try to keep lengthening through your side body. Knees face up to the sky. One more deep in an exhalation here. And then walk your hands all the way back. And you can bring your hands to the outside of your legs. Slowly, slowly pull them all the way back together. And then from here, you can come all the way down onto your back. Now bring your knees to your chest. Make a few circles. Relax your spine. We're not done yet. So don't calm down too much. Now from here you can bring your left leg down. See if you can lengthen your right leg all the way up. Maybe you catch your calf or your ankle, pull that leg nice and close. Try to keep your left leg active too. Try not to let everything pop off the floor. Doesn't matter if you are staying here. Just make sure you stretch that inner legs out. And then from here you bring your left hand on top of your left hip, on top of your left thigh, and open your right leg all the way to the side. If you need to have some support, bring your elbow onto the floor and let your leg just hang down into your own hand. Otherwise, maybe you bring your right hand at the inside of your thigh. Just don't fall to the right side. Open everything up. Taking one more deep in an exhalation here. And then bring your leg all the way back up. Now bend your left knee. Bring your right foot on top of your left thigh. And bring your left knee towards you. See if you can pull it nice and close. Maybe you wiggle a little bit from side to side. Keep that lower back sinking down into your mat. Make sure you don't hurt your knee. You can keep your ankle in one line with your shin. And then from here, bring your left foot down. Right leg stretches all the way down onto the floor. And then we go for the other side. Lengthen your left leg up. Just stretch out your leg. Feel that you keep pressing your back your hips down into your mat. Use your in and exhalations. Maybe you just take one more deep in and exhale here. And then bring your right hand onto your right thigh, just to keep it pressed down into the floor. Don't let it move up. And then bring your left leg to the side. Maybe you let it come back into that left hand. Maybe you open your leg a little bit more to the side from here. Nice inner thigh stretch, opening of your hip. And then just take one more in and exhale. Gently bringing your leg back up. Right knee comes all the way up, left foot over your right knee. And then just pull your right thigh towards you. You can always interlace your fingers behind your thigh, that's fine, or over your shin. Try to keep pressing that left knee a little bit away. Maybe you press your left elbow into it. Maybe a little bit of movement. Slowly release that right leg. And now bring both legs up to the ceiling. See if you can bring both legs to the side. Nice. And then bring your fingers together into Kali Mudra. You can keep your legs not too wide, a little bit closer. And then pull your upper body through your legs, reach your fingers in the opposite direction and soften. Pull your shoulder blades back over the floor. Maybe your toes come a little bit more to the back. And go back. 3 more. Pull up. Squeeze your navel in. And slowly lower. 2 more times. Pull up. And slowly back. Last time. Drag. And slowly go back. Bring your legs together. Bend your knees. Maybe you rock and roll a few times to the front and to the back. Then come all the way up. See if you can slowly come all the way up onto your feet. Maybe you take a little moment into Malasana so I can show you what you can do. So make sure you can choose your own options. Maybe you like to use your blocks. Maybe you don't go so far and you just come into a nice forward fold. So from here you bring your feet a little bit wider than your hips. And then see if you can bend your knees. Try to bring your shoulders one by one underneath your legs. Maybe you come high into the toes of one foot so you can pull that shoulder under even more. Bring your heel down. And then you go to the other side. And then from here you can see if you can wriggle your shoulders all the way under. Maybe you like to take a moment to see if you can even come into a bind. Maybe you can lengthen your legs out a little bit into your first Tittibhasana variation. And then if you like to go further, bring your hands behind you onto the floor, maybe onto your blocks. Keep squeezing your legs into your arms. Maybe you lower down a little bit, not too much. Try not to collapse. And then see if you can walk your feet together. Maybe you can hook your feet around each other and then pull up. Try to press your feet away, your legs into your arms. And if you like to, you stretch all the way out into Tittibhasana. And see if you can just take a few minutes to play with it. It's always nice if you use your blocks because you can bring your fingers around your blocks and you have a little bit more natural foundation for your hands. Otherwise, claw your fingers into the earth and make sure you keep squeezing your knees in. Try to walk your feet maybe even closer when you're all the way there. Take your time. Maybe it's enough to go into Bhujavidasana. If you pull your inner thighs to your shoulders, squeeze it in and lengthen. Try not to hang too much. Then you're going to collapse down. So see if you can stay where you are. Maybe practice it one more time. Do whatever feels good. And then really slowly, slowly, slowly Start to make your way back down to the floor. If you want to keep on practicing, just go ahead. Otherwise, we're just going to slow down a little bit, working to the end of your practice. So you can come all the way down onto your back. And then bring your knees to your chest. Maybe bring your knees to the outside of your ribs first. Come into a happy baby pose. Maybe you want to practice your Tittibhasana just a few times, firefly pose. Otherwise, just give yourself some rest, calming down. You can always do some variations into your child's pose. From here you can bring your legs all the way back together. This time, lengthen your left leg all the way down to the floor. If you want to, you hop your hips a little bit to the right side. Slowly bringing your right knee over to the left. And if you want to, you can always extend that right leg out. Maybe you catch your right foot. Keep your upper body and your left leg in one line. If that's possible, you can bend your left leg, maybe catch your left foot. Keep extending away from you with your legs. Feel that you twist from the center of your body. Make sure you relax your shoulder. Maybe you close your eyes already. Just starting to calm down. Take one more in an exhalation into your variation. And then you can come all the way back to the center. Maybe you take a moment to hug your knees, bringing your spine back into the middle. And then bring your right leg to the floor. Maybe your hips a little bit to the left. And then bring your left knee to the right side. Just coming back into your variation. Maybe you take a nice and easy twist. Maybe you come back into that stretched leg variation. Maybe you can catch your right foot with your left hand. No tension anywhere. Try to get deeper into your pose just by surrendering. Just flowing up and down through your spine. Maybe one more in an exhale here. And then release your feet, come all the way back to the middle. Give your knees one more nice hug. If you like to end your practice into an inversion, maybe you come into shoulder stand. Maybe you like to come into a headstand for a moment. Otherwise, maybe you like to come into Shavasana already. Or if you have any other ideas to end up your practice, if you can always listen to your own body. Whatever feels good, wherever you are, see if you can take a few more deep in and exhalations. Just calm down. Into your shoulder stand or into a headstand, maybe you can bring your legs halfway down. Take 2 or 3 more deep in and exhalations up there. Maybe you want to stay a little bit longer. I just need to go end up my practice. After your headstand, you take a moment into child's pose. If you like to, you can do a fish pose after your shoulder stand. And then in your own time, you start to come all the way down onto your back. And then coming to Shavasana. When you're all the way down onto your back, maybe you take a few deep exhalations through your mouth. Just let go. And then just enjoy a couple of minutes doing completely nothing. Just melt down into the earth. Maybe you feel the energy flowing through your body. Make sure you relax your face and your hands, your feet. If you want to stay a little bit longer into Shavasana, please stay where you are. After your Shavasana, maybe you give yourself a nice stretch. And then you can bring your knees to your chest. Maybe you move a little bit from side to side. And then you roll all the way over to one side. And in your own time, you rise back up. Let's see if you can end up your practice with your eyes closed. Nice straight spine. Just feel how you're doing. Maybe coming back to your intention. And you bring your hands all the way in front of your heart center. Take a deep inhalation here. On your exhale, bow your head to your own heart. Thank yourself for your practice today. And then gently come back up, opening up your eyes. Namaste. Thank you all very much for joining. If you have any questions, please ask. Otherwise, I hope to see you back soon. Thanks a lot.